what if Kylo Ren went ahead with what Palpatine ordered him to do?
Kill the girl.
And then he murdered Rey on the Death Star too. What would happen to our conflicted villain? Well, I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of what would happen, and I also think Palpatine understood what Kylo would do if he did kill Rey. After all, Kylo killing Rey was the original plan for Palpatine. And before I dive in, I just found out after running a poll on the creation of this video that someone came to a similar conclusion to what I'm about to discuss, so I will post that down below in the description. So first of all, we have to take into consideration Palpatine's ultimate goal, and that is to transfer his essence into a body which can contain his power. However, that requires a very specific sequence of events in order for transference to be done properly. The clone body of Palps must be struck down in anger so that the transference ritual on Exegol can work. We learn as much when Rey is actually guided through what she must do in the third act of this film. And we have also come to learn at this point that corrupting Ben Solo was essentially Darth Sidious's way of getting revenge on the heroes of the rebellion, specifically Luke, Han, and Leia. Living out the rest of his unnatural life in the vessel of a Skywalker by blood would be the ultimate revenge for Darth Sidious. And if we consider the fact that in the first 5 minutes of the Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine is already aware of Rey, telling Kylo to kill her. So we have to assume that he was made aware of her existence and her importance to Kylo via Snoke's throne room experience. Since we don't have any real explanation as to how Snoke functions, I'm going to assume that he is a sentient creation of Palpatine, not just a mere puppet. However, he is also like a radio tower, sending out information to old Palpy, who hides in the shadows on Exegol. One could argue that this is why Snoke was originally really obsessed with meeting Rey. So when Kylo first meets up with Palpatine in the Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine already knows that Kylo and Rey share a deep connection, but for the time being, he is unaware that they form a dyad. If Palpatine had known that, then he would have told Kylo Ren to bring Rey before him and not kill her. And then he would have done exactly what he did at the end of the film and would have been reborn by using the power of the dyad, which is the power like life, to come back. But Palpatine is banking on the fact that Kylo harbors sentiment for Rey, and he also knows that Kylo has a conflicted soul. So had Kylo killed Rey on the Death Star, he immediately would have regretted it. It would be like another Han Solo for him, further destabilizing him. I believe once Kylo killed Rey, his regret would also turn into anger and rage specifically towards Palpatine, because he had killed the only person that quite literally understands him, as well as killing the person who is his other half in a spiritual sense. With a dead Rey and nothing left but his rage towards Emperor Palpatine, Kylo would have gotten back into his TIE Whisper, traveled to Exegol, and he would have participated in a ritual that he didn't even know about, slaying Palpatine in anger and rage because of how he feels over killing Rey. And this would all result in the transference of Palpatine's spirit into Kylo Ren in the Return of the Sith. And I have to say, had that happened, it would have been the most tragic fate for Ben Solo and the Skywalker bloodline. It would have made Palpatine's victory complete in every sense. Not only would the Sith fleet go on to dominate every planet in the known galaxy, but it would be a Skywalker truly leaving the galaxy in darkness because he played into the hands of Sidious. And the irony of this is when Palpatine originally tells Kylo, "You will rule all the galaxy as the new emperor," he isn't exactly lying to Kylo Ren. Kylo would have gotten his body taken over in the end had he killed Rey, but his physical self would be the one ruling at the front of the final order. Kinda creepy. So that does it for what would happen to Kylo Ren had he killed Rey on the Death Star. I suppose that I could have just said Kylo would have gotten possessed by Palpatine in the end, but I think explaining why I think so is a lot more fun. AT-AT, signing off.